The coffee machine whirs. It is the only sound in the kitchen. 6:05 a.m. The beans are precisely 18 grams. The water is 92 degrees Celsius. I make 2 cups. Black, no sugar, identical. Our apartment in South Kensington is all glass and cold steel. It is not a home. It is an achievement, a 3-bedroom testament to Julian's success, overlooking a quiet manicured garden. My name is not on the lease. My belongings fit neatly into one side of the walk-in closet. This arrangement is, like everything else in our life, efficient. Julian Sinclair is my boss. He is also my fiancé. In my mind, the titles are always in that order. I place one mug on the marble island next to his tablet. I take my own mug and stand by the window. The city is still grey and sleepy. I am already dressed. A silk blouse, tailored trousers. My hair is in a perfect smooth knot. Efficiency is my love language. It is the only one Julian truly understands. Our relationship is a successful project. We have been partners at the firm for 6 years. I started as his assistant. I learned to anticipate his needs before he knew them himself. I organize his schedule. I manage his portfolio. I curate his life. He, in return, provides structure, stability, a clear, defined path. It seemed only logical that this partnership should extend to marriage. It was the next logical step, a merger. Julian enters the kitchen at 6:15 a.m. He is already wearing his suit. He nods, a small, sharp gesture. He picks up the mug. He does not say good morning. He does not need to. We are past such pleasantries. He sips the coffee and scans the Financial Times on his tablet. The call with Hong Kong is moved to 10, I say. Fine, he murmurs. The driver will be here at 7:30. Good. This is our intimacy, this quiet, shared understanding of logistics. Some people need flowers. They need declarations. I tell myself I am different. I am stronger. I do not need the chaos of passion. I need this, the steady, predictable rhythm of a life well managed. But there is a variable, an element I can never fully schedule, a name that hovers in the air of our perfect, sterile apartment. Chloe. Julian's phone, placed neatly beside his tablet, buzzes. A text message. He does not look at it, but his focus shifts. A tiny, almost invisible tension in his jaw. I know who it is. It is always her. Chloe Adler, his little sister as he calls her. The daughter of his childhood nanny. She's 26. She's fragile. She's a full-time job disguised as a relative. Julian is her protector, her benefactor, her entire support system. And she, in turn, is the one crack in my otherwise flawless foundation. I remember our 3-year anniversary. It was a Tuesday. Julian had made reservations at a restaurant in Mayfair, a place with a 6-month waiting list. He had instructed me to book it, of course. I wore a dark green dress. He had picked it out. He said it matched the firm's branding. I think he was joking. I'm not sure. We were seated. The wine was poured. The waiter was explaining the tasting menu, and Julian's private phone rang. He has 2 phones, one for business, one for her. He glanced at the screen. "Excuse me," he said. He did not walk away from the table. He never did. He answered it, his voice low and firm. "Chloe, what's wrong? Slow down." I watched the candlelight flicker on the polished silver. I did not listen to her side. I did not need to. I already knew the script, a panic attack, a sudden fever, a migraine. Her fragility was a weapon, and she wielded it with surgical precision. Julian's face tightened. "Where are you?" "No, stay there, I'm coming." He ended the call. He looked at me. There was no apology in his eyes, just resignation. "It's Chloe, an allergic reaction. She's at her flat. She can't breathe." "Julian," I said, my voice perfectly level. "It is our anniversary." "Amelia, this is not a debate," he said, pushing his chair back. "She's ill." He placed his napkin on the table. "You stay, enjoy the meal, put it on the company card." And he was gone. I sat there for a long time. The waiter approached. "Is everything all right, madam?" I looked at the 2 full glasses of wine at the empty chair opposite me. "Yes, perfectly," I said. "Just bring the bill for the water, please." I walked home. It started to rain. I did not cry. I simply filed the incident away. Project anniversary. Status postponed due to unforeseen external variable. When he came home at 4 a.m., I pretended to be asleep. He smelled of antiseptic and Chloe's jasmine perfume. He takes another sip of his coffee in our kitchen. The memory fades. That was 2 years ago. We are more efficient now. I have learned to factor Chloe into our schedule. I block out time in his calendar under personal matter whenever she has a doctor's appointment or a bad day. I am a very good assistant. But sometimes she moves faster than the schedule. Sometimes the disruption is absolute. I remember the day we were supposed to sign the papers, the registry office. It was not a wedding, just the legal formality. Julian wanted it done quickly, quietly. "No fuss, Amelia, just get it done." I booked the appointment at the Chelsea Old Town Hall, 11 o'clock a.m., a Thursday. I took the morning off. I wore a cream-colored dress. It felt appropriate. I stood on the steps waiting. 11 o'clock a.m. came and went. At 11:15 a.m. I checked my phone. Nothing. This was unlike Julian. He is never late. Lateness is inefficient. At 11:30 a.m. I called his office line. His assistant said he had not come in. I called his mobile. Voicemail. A cold, heavy feeling started to settle in my stomach. It was not fear. It was recognition. At 11:45 a.m. a text message finally arrived. Chloe fainted at the gym. We are at St. Mary's Hospital. Have to reschedule. I'll handle it. He did not call. He texted. He was cancelling our legal marriage via text. I stood there on the steps of the town hall. Tourists were taking pictures. A couple walked past me, laughing, holding hands. I looked down at his message. I'll handle it. He meant he would handle the rescheduling. He did not ask if I was okay. He did not apologize. He was simply handling the problem. And in that moment it was clear. Chloe was the emergency. I was the appointment that could be moved. That night he came home late again. He was exhausted. It was just a panic attack, he said, loosening his tie. The doctor said she was dehydrated. She's fine now. He walked past me and went straight to his study. He did not mention the town hall. He did not mention the cream-colored dress. I took the dress off, hung it back in the closet, and deleted the 11 o'clock a.m. appointment from our shared calendar. I made him dinner. We ate in silence. Amelia, Julian's voice pulls me back to the present, back to the kitchen. Yes? The wedding, he says. He is looking at his tablet, but I know he is not reading. Everything is set for tomorrow? My heart gives a small, tight squeeze. The actual wedding, the big one, the one with 500 guests, the one his mother insisted upon, the one that could not be cancelled with a text message. Yes, Julian, I say. My voice is calm, a perfect, smooth tone. The cars are confirmed. The venue is ready. The final payment was processed yesterday. He nods. Good. He finishes his coffee and places the mug in the sink. He does not rinse it. He knows I will. He straightens his tie. I will be late tonight. Final details for the merger. I know. I arranged your dinner meeting. He pauses at the door. He looks at me. Really looks at me. His eyes are grey, like the London sky. This is a big step, Amelia. Yes, I say. It's good. It solidifies things. Solidifies, like concrete, like a contract. He gives another sharp nod and leaves. The door clicks shut. Silence. I stand in the kitchen. I am alone. The wedding is tomorrow. I look at his empty mug. I look at my half-full one. I look at Julian's phone. He left it. He never leaves his phone. The black, silent rectangle sits on the marble countertop. I stare at it. It feels like a threat, a sleeping animal that could wake up at any moment and tear everything apart. I am waiting. I am always waiting. Waiting for the call, waiting for the text, waiting for the next crisis that will prove once again that I am just the schedule, and she is the emergency. I check my watch, 6:35 a.m., so far so good. But the day is young, and Chloe Adler is always strangely right on time. The day passes in a blur of managed efficiency. I am at the office for precisely 6 hours. I field calls from the venue, the florist, the transport company. Everything is confirmed. All systems are green. I am a machine executing a flawless program. My colleagues wish me well. They look at me with a sort of soft, envious pity. You must be so nervous, my assistant says, her eyes wide. No, I reply, signing off on the final seating chart. It's just logistics. She laughs, thinking I am joking. I am not. I leave the office at 4 p.m. Julian is in back-to-back meetings for the merger. He will be home late. I take a black cab back to South Kensington. The apartment is quiet. The silence feels different today, heavier. In our bedroom, it is hanging on a hook on the wardrobe door. The wedding dress. It is a simple architectural gown. Crepe silk, clean lines. Julian picked it out. He said it was appropriate for the function. I did not care. It was the required uniform for the event. I run my hand over the fabric. It is cold. I shower. I do my skincare routine. I order a light dinner, a salad. I eat it in the kitchen, checking my emails one last time. All checklists are complete. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to manage. I feel a strange, unfamiliar sensation, restlessness. I'm a machine without a task. I walk into the bedroom. I look at the dress. Perhaps I think I should try it on, one last time, to ensure the fit is still perfect, a final quality check. I unzip the bag. The silk slithers over my skin. It is heavy. Heavier than I remembered. I stand in front of the full-length mirror. The dress fits perfectly. Of course it does. It is tailored, custom-made, designed to be flawless. I look at my reflection. Amelia Davies, soon to be Amelia Sinclair. It feels correct. It is the logical conclusion. I feel a small flicker of something, not joy, not excitement, perhaps satisfaction, the satisfaction of a project nearing completion. I turn, watching the silk move. It is 7 p.m. I'm standing in my bedroom in my wedding dress when I hear the front door open. Julian, he is home early. This is not on the schedule. I hear him in the hall, the sound of his briefcase hitting the floor, his heavy footsteps. He's not supposed to be home for another 3 hours. A sliver of annoyance. This is an unscheduled deviation. He appears in the bedroom doorway. He stops. He looks at me standing there in the white dress. He is not smiling. He is not happy to see his bride-to-be. His face is a tight, grey mask of exhaustion and anger. Take it off, he says. His voice is flat. Not a request, an order. Julian, I ask, what's wrong? The merger? Forget the merger, he says. He runs a hand through his perfect hair, messing it up. This is new. This is chaos. What happened? He walks past me, loosening his tie. He throws his jacket onto the bed. He looks at me and his eyes are cold. So cold. Chloe, he says, just the name, and my entire perfectly constructed world tilts on its axis. The room feels suddenly very hot. The silk of the dress feels like it is suffocating me. What about her? I ask. My voice is steady. I will not let it shake. She doesn't want me to get married. He says it like he is reporting the weather. The sky is blue. The grass is green. My sister forbids my marriage. I wait. I'm a computer processing an impossible command. Does not compute. And, I finally say, he sighs. A long, impatient sound, as if I am the one being difficult. She's having a panic attack, Amelia. A severe one. She's at the Priory. She's not doing well. She's never doing well, Julian, I say, the word sharp and small. The wedding is tomorrow. 500 people are coming. He looks at me then, and I see it, the final decision. It has already been made. I was not part of the meeting. The wedding is postponed, he says. He does not look away. He wants me to absorb the full impact, to understand my place. Postponed? I repeat, the word tastes like ash. Until when? I don't know. He turns away, walking to the dresser. He empties his pockets. Keys, wallet. A few months, maybe spring. Maybe spring. He's dismantling our life with the same detachment he uses to discuss quarterly earnings. Julian, stop, I say. You cannot be serious. I'm perfectly serious. He turns back to me. She needs me. She is my family. She has no one else. And what am I? The question hangs in the air. He does not answer it. He does not need to. I am the project. She is the family. I'm taking her to Switzerland, he says, to a clinic near Zurich. She needs rest, proper rest, away from all this pressure. This pressure. I feel a laugh, cold and sharp, rising in my throat. My wedding is pressure. Amelia, you are not helping, he snaps. This is exactly why she's upset. You've always been competitive with her. I'm speechless. Competitive? With a girl who uses feigned illness as a form of emotional blackmail? I will not, I say, my voice dangerously quiet, have my life dictated by the whims of a manipulative girl. His face darkens. She is fragile, and she is my responsibility. This is not up for discussion. The finality of it hits me. He has made his choice. He is choosing her, her chaos, her sickness. He is choosing it over me, over our plan, over our future. He is choosing the variable over the constant. If you walk out that door, I say, if you choose her, then we are done. If this wedding is dictated by her moods, let's just break up. I expect him to pause, to react, to fight, to tell me I am wrong. He just looks at me, the same look he gives a junior analyst who has made a fundamental error in a spreadsheet. A look of mild, detached disappointment. He picks up his phone. He starts typing, probably to the clinic, or his travel agent. Julian? I demand. Did you hear me? He exhales, exasperated. He looks up from his phone. Amy, Amelia, you are being hysterical. You're overtired. The wedding stress. He glances at the white dress. I told you to take that off. It's bad luck or something. He dismisses my ultimatum. He dismisses me. He thinks I'm just throwing a tantrum. He thinks I'm another problem to be managed. I think you need to calm down, he says, his voice softening just a fraction. It is the voice he uses to diffuse a tense negotiation. It is a tactic. We will postpone. It's a logistical hassle, I know. You'll handle it. You're good at that. You'll handle it. The same words from the text message. I am the fixer, the assistant, the one who cleans up the mess. I look at my reflection in the mirror, the perfect bride in the perfect dress, in the perfect life. It is all a lie, a well-managed, efficient, cold-blooded lie. And I have been the lead project manager. Fine, I say. My voice is so calm it surprises me. Julian looks relieved. Good, I'll be back in a few weeks and we can... No, I say. I turn to face him. I will take it off. I reach behind me. My fingers find the delicate pearl button zipper. I pull it down. The silk whispers as it loosens. Amelia, I don't have time for this. He starts. I let the dress fall. It pulls at my feet, a circle of white silk. I step out of it. I'm standing in my underwear. Julian just stares, confused. What are you doing? I walk to the desk, my desk, the small, neat one in the corner. In the drawer, beneath the stationery, are my sewing scissors. Sharp, silver. I pick them up. I walk back to the dress. Amelia, stop being dramatic, Julian says, his patience snapping. I have a car waiting. I look down at the dress, the symbol of the merger, the uniform for the function, and I make the first cut. The sound of the blade slicing through the heavy silk is loud in the quiet room. Shh. Julian freezes. What the hell are you doing? That dress cost a fortune. I do not answer. I bend down. I make another cut and another. I'm not crying. I'm not angry. I am methodical. I'm dismantling the project. I'm liquidating the asset. This is not passion. This is administration. Shriep, shriep, shriep. I cut the bodice from the skirt. I slash the train. I sever the straps. I am destroying the evidence. Julian just stands there. He is watching me. His face is blank. He is not stopping me. He is not grabbing me. He is just observing, as if I am a strange specimen. A system glitch he is analyzing. Finally, I am done. The dress is in pieces. Scraps of white silk, like snow. Like surrender. I am breathing hard. The scissors are heavy in my hand. I look at him. He picks up his briefcase. He adjusts his cuffs. I see, he says. His voice is perfectly level. You need to calm down. He walks out of the bedroom. I hear his footsteps in the hall. The front door opens. The front door closes. He is gone. I am left alone, standing in the wreckage of my wedding dress. The project is cancelled. The merger has failed. Silence. The silence is absolute. The scissors clatter into the sink. The silence in the South Kensington apartment is absolute. He is gone. I am alone, surrounded by the white scraps of my future. I do not cry. I do not scream. I feel nothing. A vast, hollow operational calm. The machine has encountered a critical error and has rebooted into safe mode. My first thought is practical. There is work to be done. I go to my desk, I open my laptop, my fingers fly across the keys. I'm a very good executive assistant. I am an expert in logistics. Cancelling a 500-person wedding is just a large-scale project cancellation. I draft an email. Due to unforeseen personal circumstances, the wedding of Amelia Davies and Julian Sinclair, scheduled for date, has been postponed indefinitely. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. A further update will not be forthcoming. I copy the guest list. I create a mail merge. I press send. 500 emails fly into the digital void. Task 1, complete. Next, the vendors. This requires phone calls. I put on my silk robe. I make a cup of tea. Peppermint. Calming. I call the venue. This is Amelia Davies for the Sinclair wedding. My voice is crisp, professional. The events manager is flustered. Miss Davies, we are so excited for tomorrow. There has been a change of plan, I say. We are cancelling. Cancelling? But Miss Davies, the deposit is non-refundable. And with less than 24 hours notice, the full balance. I'm aware of the terms of the contract, I interrupt smoothly. Please charge the full amount to the card on file. Send me the final invoice. Thank you for your time. I hang up. I call the florist. I call the caterer. I call the string quartet. I call the car service. In every call, I am polite. I am firm. I am detached. I am liquidating a failed asset. This is not a broken heart. It is a financial write-off. By midnight, it is done. The entire wedding, a project 6 months in the planning, is dismantled in 3 hours. Project marriage. Status cancelled. I sleep on the sofa in the living room. I do not want to be in the bedroom with the remains. I do not sleep. Really, I just power down. I wake when the grey London light filters through the floor-to-ceiling windows. It is the morning of what was supposed to be my wedding day. I feel nothing. I make coffee. 1 mug, not 2. I walk into the bedroom. I look at the shredded silk on the floor. I get a black bean bag from the kitchen. I kneel. I gather the pieces one by one. The fabric is cold. I put all of it into the bag. I tie the top. I place it by the door. Then I go to the walk-in closet. My side. I take out my suitcases. I pack. My clothes are neat, folded. It does not take long. My life here has been curated, efficient. It fits into 2 suitcases and 1 carry-on. I am packing my desk when I see it. My passport, tucked into the organizer. I pause. I need that. I pick it up, then hesitate. I put it back. I do not know why. Perhaps some part of me, the part that is still his assistant, thinks I cannot just take it, or perhaps I am not ready to fully, logistically leave. I close the desk drawer. I will get it later. It is a small, irrational decision, the only one I make all day. I call a car service. I wheel my suitcases to the door. I look back at the perfect cold apartment. It is sterile again. I leave my key on the marble island next to where his coffee mug used to be. I do not look back. I take the bin bag with the dress in it and I walk out. I dump it in the building's main refuse bin. On the way out, task, clean up, complete. I move back to my old flat in Clapham, the one I had before Julian. It is small, it is cozy, the walls are thin and the floors creak. It is all mine. The first week is a blur. I send an email to HR requesting a 4-week leave of absence. Personal reasons. It is approved immediately. Julian must have actioned it. I do not hear from him, not a call, not a text. He is in Switzerland. I imagine him by a placid lake, breathing in clean, cold air, while Chloe heals beside him. I spend the first week cleaning. I scrub floors, I organize bookshelves. I am a machine, idling. I am waiting for the next instruction, but no instruction comes. The silence is deafening. The days blur. Weeks pass. My leave ends. I log back into my work laptop. The system is unchanged. Emails fill my inbox, and there at the top, from Julian Sinclair. Subject, merger documents. My heart does not beat faster. I open it. Amelia, review the attached prospectus. I need your notes on sections 4 and 5 by end of day. I have marked my own comments. J. That is it. No, how are you? No, about what happened? Nothing. He has postponed our wedding. He has dismantled our life. And now he wants my notes on section 4. I stare at the email. I feel the old familiar pull, the urge to be efficient, to obey. I download the attachment. I open it, and I begin to work. 4 months pass like this. Winter bleeds into a damp, cold spring. Our relationship is conducted entirely through Microsoft Outlook. He is in Zurich. I am in Clapham. We are the most efficient remote working team in the company. Amelia, schedule the call. Amelia, draft the memo. Amelia, where are we on the Q2 projections? I answer every email. I complete every task. I am docile. I am obedient. He has not fired me. I have not resigned. The bonus, a very large one tied to the merger, is due next week. I am waiting for it. I can live without him, but I cannot live without that paycheck. Once it clears, I will be gone. But something else has happened in these 4 months, a new variable, a different kind of message. It started 6 weeks ago, a text from an unknown number. Hi, is this Amelia Davies? This is Leo Fisher. We were on that video call for the Dublin deal. I hope this isn't weird, but I thought your analysis was brilliant. Leo Fisher. I remembered him, warm, a little goofy, the opposite of Julian. I ignored the text. He texted again a week later. Okay, so maybe that was weird. My apologies. Just wanted to say hi. Hope you're well. I replied, I'm fine, thank you. And it started. A slow, hesitant exchange. He is in Italy. He sends pictures of pasta. He tells bad jokes. He asks me how my day was. No one has asked me that in years. He's young, he's uncomplicated, he's like a burst of warm, clumsy sunshine. I have saved his name in my phone. Clingy jar. He texts too much. And I'm starting to like it. We have started video calling. He makes me laugh, a real rusty laugh that surprises me. He has no idea about Julian. He just knows I work too hard and seems sad. Last week he said, you should take a trip, come to Italy. I'll show you the Amalfi Coast. I said, maybe. Today the paralysis breaks. It is a Tuesday. I'm sitting in my small living room and I realize I'm still waiting. Julian said spring. It is spring. He has been emailing me as if he is just waiting to return. As if he will walk back in and I will be waiting and the project will be back on schedule. He thinks I'm just a tantrum. He thinks I'm still his. A sudden, cold anger hits me. It is the first real emotion I have felt in 4 months. I pick up my phone. I open my friend's group chat. My fingers type the words before I can think. My wedding is next month. Come celebrate with me. I hit send. It is a lie, but it feels like the first true thing I have said all year. My phone is silent. 1 minute, 2 minutes. My friends are exploding with questions. What? With who? Did you and Julian get back together? I do not answer them. I'm watching my other screen. My email. I'm waiting. It does not take long. The phone rings. Not a text, not an email, a call. From him, Julian Sinclair. It is the first time he has personally called me in 4 months. I let it ring once. Twice? I answer. My voice is calm. Hello? Amelia. His voice is low, hushed, furious. What do you think you are doing? I'm not sure what you mean, Mr. Sinclair. Don't play games with me, he hisses. The text, your wedding, what is it, a joke? No, it's not a joke. There's a sharp intake of breath on his end. Delete it right now. I'm afraid I can't do that, I say, my voice light. Amelia, listen to me, he says, his tone shifting. The commanding voice, the CEO voice. You know very well she's emotionally unstable. Chloe is just starting to get better. Why are you trying to provoke her? Do you have any idea how much damage this could do? She. Of course, he's not angry that I am marrying someone else. He's angry that it will upset Chloe. I feel a laugh building. I already told you, he continues, impatient. The wedding will be in spring. I'm handling it. Why are you being so difficult? A misunderstanding. A massive, fundamental misunderstanding. He truly believes he has me on pause. I was getting married, I say, my voice suddenly very clear. Just not to him. The words hang in the air. Julian, I say gently, as if explaining a complex deal to a child. You seem to have forgotten. We broke up 4 months ago. When you left, a silence. A long humming silence. He is processing. The system is encountering an error. What did you say? We broke up, I repeat. Our only connection now is work. And to be honest, I was planning to resign next week after my bonus clears. Resign? He sounds genuinely shocked. You can't resign. The merger. He doesn't get to finish. Through the phone I hear a new sound. A female voice, murmuring, sleepy. Julian, what is it? Who are you talking to? Chloe. She's right there. Julian's voice changes. It drops, becomes thick and soft. The voice he never used for me. Hey, he murmurs, his mouth moving away from the phone. Why are you up already? Did the call wake you? I hear her whine. Don't walk barefoot, he chides, his voice full of a tenderness that makes me sick. The floor's cold. Put your slippers on, sweetheart. Sweetheart. Whatever patience I had left, whatever lingering thread of obedience. It snaps. He thinks I'm an employee he can manage. He thinks I'm a possession he can store. He is wrong. He comes back to the phone. Amelia, what were you saying earlier? His voice is casual again, businesslike. I take a deep breath. I hang up. I block his number. My hands are shaking. It is done. The paralysis is over. It is the first real defiant free act I have taken. I am shaking and I am smiling. The phone buzzes in my hand. A new text message. Clingy jar. Okay, you're probably busy. That's fine. Let's not play the Cold War game. That's not how a man should act. When you see this, just reply with a period. Deal? I laugh, a real laugh. I type a single period. And I send it. I get an immediate reply. She leaves. Okay, so, Italy. Honeymoon. I've booked 2 tickets to the Amalfi Coast. Non-refundable. You can't back out now. My breath catches. Honeymoon, I text back. Yeah, our wedding. The one you just announced. I'm playing the part of Mr. Next Month. You're welcome. Now pack your bags. I stare at the phone. This silly, sweet, clumsy man. I text back. Okay, you plan it. And suddenly, I remember. The cold, hard reality of logistics. My passport. My passport is still in his desk, in his apartment, the last chain, the last thing I have to retrieve. The project is not, it seems, fully complete. My thumb hovers over the text from Leo. Now pack your bags. A simple instruction. But it is not simple. I'm a project manager. I'm an executive assistant. My entire life is built on logistics. And the logistics of this are impossible. I text him back. There's a problem. His reply is instant. What? You hate pasta? You're afraid of flying? I snore? I don't snore. I smile. It is a weak, watery smile. I don't have my passport, Leo. The 3 little dots appear. He is typing. What? Did you lose it? You can get an emergency one. No, it's not lost. Then where is it? I stare at the screen. How do I explain this? It's at my ex-fiancé's apartment, the one who is also my boss, the one who thinks I'm still on pause, the one I just hung up on. It's complicated, I type. Amelia, he replies. This is the 21st century. Nothing is that complicated. Where is it? At my old apartment in South Kensington. So go get it. If only it were that simple. I do not reply. I am a coward. For 4 months, I have lived on autopilot. I have been a ghost in my own life. That one act, hanging up on Julian, has used all the courage I have. And now I'm empty. My laptop pings, an email. My blood turns to ice. It is not the sound of a normal email. It is the urgent chime. The one reserved for stock market crashes and collapsed deals. The one I programmed to mean Julian. From Julian Sinclair. Subject urgent. Call me, now. My hands are shaking so badly I can barely use the trackpad. I open it. The email is short. It is brutal. Amelia, this childish behavior is beneath you. Hanging up is not a solution. You have clearly upset Chloe. She is asking why you are angry with her, and I will not have her health compromised by your dramatics. You are also, I will remind you, still my employee. Ignoring a direct communication from your superior is unprofessional and a breach of your contractual obligations. We need to discuss this rationally. Call my phone. I will be waiting. I read it once, twice. All the air leaves my lungs. Childish, dramatics, breach of contract. He is pulling every lever. He is the boss. He is the concerned partner. He is the victim's protector. And I am the hysterical woman causing all the problems. I close the laptop. I close my eyes. Why does this still work? Why do his words still have this power? Why do I feel the sudden crushing urge to apologize? I remember. I remember the beginning. I was not always this composed. I was 26 years old, a junior analyst at a different, smaller firm. I was smart, I was ambitious, but I was unpolished. I was full of I think and sorry but and maybe we could. Then Julian's firm acquired ours. He was the star, the closer. He walked through our bullpen like a panther. He was all sharp suits and sharper still eyes. He did not see me. Not at first. He saw my work. I had prepared a risk analysis on the merger. It was detailed. It was pessimistic. My boss had buried it. Julian found it. He called me into his new glass-walled office. I was terrified. "This is yours?" he asked, tapping the report. "Yes, I think so. Sorry, yes." He looked at me, a long, assessing stare. "Stop apologizing for your work," he said. He did not smile. "It's good. You're wasted as an analyst. My assistant just quit. The job is yours. Start Monday." Just like that. He did not ask. He told me. And I was grateful. I felt chosen. I felt seen. He saved me from obscurity. He gave me a purpose. And I, in return, gave him my unconditional loyalty. My gratitude became obedience. My obedience he called efficiency. The first 6 months were a blur. I learned to anticipate his every need, his coffee, his schedule, his preferences. He, in turn, began to mentor me. He was not just my boss. He was my creator. "Amelia," he said one afternoon, looking at me over his screen. I was wearing a bright blue blouse. I loved that blouse. "That color, it's distracting. We are a serious firm. This isn't a university." I felt a hot flush of shame. "Stick to navy, black or gray," he continued, his voice neutral. "It shows discipline. It shows you're focused on the work, not on yourself." I never wore the blue blouse again. My wardrobe slowly faded. It became a uniform, silk blouses, tailored trousers, navy, black, gray. I looked efficient. He was pleased. "Good, you looked the part." Then it was my voice. I was in a meeting with him. I presented a solution. "I'm sorry," I began, "but I think if we just reroute the funds." Julian cut me off. Later, in his office, he closed the door. "Never apologize for having an opinion," he said. "And stop saying, 'I think.' It's weak. It invites argument. You did the research. State the facts." I nodded, taking notes. "You're my executive," he said, his voice softening just a fraction. "You represent me. When you sound weak, I sound weak." It was not mentorship. It was programming. He was teaching me to sound like him, to think like him, to erase the parts of me that were not him. Even my laugh. I remember it clearly. An office Christmas party. Someone told a joke. I laughed. A real loud, uninhibited laugh. Julian's head turned. He did not look angry. He just looked. Later he pulled me aside. "That was unprofessional, Amelia. A little more composure. We are not at a pub." I never laughed like that again. At least not where he could hear me. I became his perfect reflection. Calm, composed, efficient. And when I was perfect, he rewarded me. A rare well done. A small satisfied smile that did not quite reach his eyes. And then one night, after we closed a massive deal, "You've done well, Amelia. I'm taking you to dinner." He did not ask. He told me. I, of course, made the reservation. That was our first date. It was efficient. Chloe came into the picture soon after. He introduced her not as a person, but as a problem he was nobly managing. "My old nanny's daughter," he explained over dinner. "She's had a very hard life. She's fragile. She depends on me." He framed his devotion as a burden, a cross he had to bear, and I, as his partner, was expected to help him carry it. At first it was small things. "We can't go to that gallery opening on Friday," he'd say. "Chloe's having a bad day. I need to sit with her." I would nod. "Of course, I'll cancel." I was the understanding partner. I was the strong one. But soon her fragility became the justification for his control. "We need to be a united front, Amelia," he said one night, after she'd had a panic attack, because we'd planned a weekend away. "She needs stability. We have to be the strong ones. We have to be predictable." Predictable. That was the word. My strength was only useful to him if it was predictable. And predictable meant obedient. Chloe's weakness was the excuse, but his control was the goal. He needed her to be fragile, so he could be her protector. And he needed me to be strong, so I could be his assistant. We were two sides of the same coin. She was the part he coddled. I was the part he controlled. Both of us trapped. The ping of the laptop snaps me back to the present. My flat in Clapham. The sun is setting. Another email. My blood is no longer icy. It is just thick, heavy. From Julian Sinclair, subject. Final warning, contractual obligations. I open it. "Amelia, it has been 30 minutes. Your silence is noted. It is both unprofessional and deeply concerning." I will remind you that your significant project bonus is contingent on the successful completion of the merger, which is still in its critical phase. Your active participation is not optional. If you do not respond to this email or my calls within 1 hour, I will be forced to escalate this to HR as job abandonment. I do not wish to do that. I'm sure you do not wish for that either. Do not be foolish. Do not throw away your career over a temporary emotional lapse. Call me. There it is, the final lever, the money, the bonus I have been waiting for, the money I need to be free. He is holding it hostage. He has chained my freedom to my obedience. He thinks he has won. He thinks he has me. Checkmate. I look at the email. Do not be foolish. And the emotional lapse. I see the code now. He is not my boss. He is my programmer. And I am a machine that is finally, definitively breaking. I stare at the black screen of my phone. I have one problem. He has my bonus. But I have a bigger problem. He has my passport. I cannot go to Italy. I cannot go anywhere. I'm trapped. I open my phone. I do not text Leo. I scroll through my contacts. I find a name I have not used in months. Maria, Julian's housekeeper. A kind, quiet woman who saw everything and said nothing. I type a message. Hello, Maria. I hope you are well. A strange question, but are you scheduled to be at the South Kensington flat at all this week? I hit send. I look at Julian's email. 1 hour. The countdown has begun, and for the first time I'm not thinking about the money. I'm thinking about the small blue-covered book in his desk drawer. He did not build a cage of steel. He built it of paper, a contract, a bonus, a passport. The email sits on my screen. I will be forced to escalate this to HR as job abandonment. The words are so formal, so cold, so Julian. He is terminating my escape route. He is threatening my career, the very thing he built for me. The thing he used as a foundation for our entire relationship. He saved me, and now he is reminding me that he can just as easily destroy me. My bonus, my reference, my carefully constructed professional identity. He is holding it all, and he knows it. This is not a lover's quarrel. This is a hostile takeover. My phone buzzes. A text from Maria, the housekeeper. Hello, Miss Amelia. So nice to hear from you. Yes, I am at the main flat on Thursday morning. Mr. Sinclair is still in Switzerland, yes? A small sharp spark. Thursday. That is 2 days from now. Yes, he is, I type back. Maria, I need a great favor. I left something very important behind. Something small in my old desk. I pause. I cannot ask her to steal. Could you perhaps leave the service entrance unlocked for me on Thursday? Just for 10 minutes? Around 10 a.m.? I hit send. My heart is hammering. I'm conspiring. I'm planning a break-in into what was, until 4 months ago, my own home. This is what I have been reduced to. A thief sneaking in the back door. Maria's reply comes. Of course, Miss Amelia. 10 a.m. It will be unlocked. I hope you find what you are looking for. Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much. I have a plan. A desperate, fragile, stupid plan. But it is a plan. It is my plan. My other phone, my personal one, buzzes. Klingija. Hello? Earth to Amelia? Did the passport mafia get you? Should I send back up? I make a great distraction. I can juggle. I stare at his message. Juggling. It is so simple. His world is light. My world is this thick, suffocating fog. I text him back. Leo, I can't go to Italy. The 3 dots appear, vanish, appear again. He is trying to find the right words. Is this about the passport? Or is this about something else? He is not stupid. He is just nice. He senses the darkness. It's the passport, I lie. It's just logistically impossible right now. I'm so sorry. You should go, or find someone else. I'm pushing him away. It is the decent thing to do. I'm damaged goods. I'm a failed project. I am Julian's broken toy. His reply is fast. Nope, not going without you. The tickets are non-refundable, remember? They're our tickets. I'll wait. Leo, you don't understand. This could take a while. How long is a while? A week, a month? I'm very patient, and I have a lot of work I can do remotely. I feel a sudden sharp sting behind my eyes. Tears. It is the first time in 4 months. Not for Julian. Not for the wedding. For a man who is willing to wait. A man who I have only ever spoken to through a screen. A man who thinks I'm worth waiting for. Don't wait for me, Leo, I type. The words blurring. I'm a mess. Great. I love messes. They're interesting. My life is boring. I'm an accountant, Amelia. My idea of a wild night is reconciling a spreadsheet. He's trying to make me laugh, and it works. A small, wet, broken sound escapes me. I'm not kidding, he texts. I'll wait. You sort out your passport. I'll be here researching the best gelato in Amalfi. It's a very important job. Take your time. He is giving me space. He is not pushing. He is not demanding. He is just there, waiting. It is the exact opposite of Julian. Julian takes space. He demands, he controls. Leo, he just gives. The laptop pings again, the 1-hour deadline. It must be close. I look at the clock. 45 minutes have passed. I have 15 minutes to save my career, to get my bonus, to capitulate. All I have to do is call him, apologize, sound calm, tell him the text was a stupid joke, tell him I was emotional, tell him I am ready to be efficient again. I can do it. I have been doing it for 6 years. I can play the part. I can be his perfect, calm, obedient machine. I can secure the bonus. And then on Thursday, I can get my passport. And I can disappear. It is a good plan. It is a logical plan. It is an efficient plan. I remember another time I had to apologize. About a year into our relationship, Julian was supposed to be in Frankfurt for a deal. He was gone for 3 days. A friend of mine from my old life was having a birthday party at a pub. A loud, messy, wonderful pub in Brixton. I went. I had not been out like that in ages. I drank 2 glasses of wine. I laughed. The loud, unprofessional laugh. I even danced. I felt alive. I felt like the old me. I came home at 1 a.m. tipsy and happy. And Julian was sitting on the sofa. In the dark, he had come home early. "Where were you?" he asked. His voice was not loud. It was soft. That was always worse. I was out with Sarah. It was her birthday. At a pub? It was not a question. Yes. I called you 6 times. I checked my phone. It was on silent. 6 missed calls. I didn't hear it. I'm sorry. The music was loud. He stood up. He walked over to me. He did not yell. He just looked at me. The look of deep, profound disappointment. The look that said, "You failed me. You smell like beer, Amelia." I had wine. "You smell like a mess." I flinched. "And you look," he said, his eyes raking over me, flushed. "It's unseemly." I felt dirty, ashamed. "Julian, I'm sorry. I just wanted to see my friend." "And this is what happens," he said. "You lose control. You become this. This is not the woman I know. This is not my Amelia. My Amelia. The possession. I rely on you," he said, his voice quiet. "I rely on your composure, on your strength. And I come home, and you are drunk and unreachable." "I wasn't drunk. It doesn't matter," he snapped. "You were not available. You were not where you were supposed to be. But what if I had needed you? What if Chloe had an emergency?" There it was, the real crime. My sin was not drinking. My sin was unavailability. I was a machine that had left its post. I cried. I apologized. I begged him to forgive me. For having fun. For being human. He let me cry. Then he sighed. "Okay, go and shower. We won't speak of this again. But Amelia, don't let it happen again. I need to know I can count on you." I never went out with Sarah again. I stopped answering her calls. I became once again perfectly available, perfectly obedient. I am back in my flat in Clapham. The laptop is glowing. 10 minutes left. My hand is on my phone. I can make the call. I can apologize. I can be my Amelia again. I can get the money. I can get the passport. It is the logical, efficient choice. I pick up the phone. My thumb hovers over Julian's contact. Emotional lapse. Childish. "You smell like a mess. Don't let it happen again." My thumb moves. I'm not calling Julian. I'm texting Leo. "Okay," I type. I can't promise when, but I will sort out my passport. I will be there. The reply is instant. "Good, I'll be waiting. And Amelia?" "Yes?" "Whatever it is, you've got this." I close my eyes. I've got this. I open my laptop. I look at Julian's final, threatening email. The 1-hour deadline has passed. I have not called. I have not apologized. I have chosen. I move my cursor. I open a new email. To HR department. Subject, resignation. "Dear HR manager, please accept this email as formal notification of my immediate resignation from my position as executive assistant to the CEO, effective today, date. I will not be seeking any outstanding compensation, including the project bonus related to the merger name. Thank you for the opportunity. Sincerely, Amelia Davies." I do not pause. I do not overthink it. I am not the machine anymore. I hit send. The bonus is gone. My career is gone. I have no money. I have no job. I'm standing on the edge of a cliff, but for the first time in 6 years, I am not afraid. I am free. Now I just need to get my passport. The send button clicks, an irreversible digital sound. Click. I have just set fire to my entire life. My career, my financial security, the bonus that was meant to be my escape fund. All gone. I'm left with a small rented flat in Clapham, a dwindling bank account, and an empty calendar. I wait. I expect the sky to fall. I expect an immediate, furious call from HR. I expect Julian to somehow bypass the block on his number and unleash a torrent of rage. Nothing. The silence is profound. It is the silence of a problem that has become so big. It is no longer registerable on the old system. I have become an error message Julian cannot clear. I look at the laptop. I'm logged out. My email account, my access, my digital ghost in the firm. It must have been terminated instantly. I'm no longer employee 345 IAA. I am just Amelia. The terror I expected doesn't come. Instead, a strange, giddy lightness fizzes in my chest. I laugh. It's a rusty, unfamiliar sound. The sound I wasn't allowed to make. I have nothing. I have never felt so powerful. I spend the next day, Wednesday, in a daze. I walk around my little flat. I make tea. I look out the window. The world outside is the same. People are going to work. Buses are running. But my world has stopped. And in the stopping, it is finally, slowly, starting to move again. I have no one to report to. No schedule to manage. No one's needs to anticipate. Except my own. What do I even want? The question is so foreign, I don't know how to answer it. I want a coffee. I walk to a small cafe down the street. I order a cappuccino. Not a black coffee. I put 2 sugars in it. It is sweet and warm and frivolous. It is a small, childish act of defiance. And it is all mine. My personal phone buzzes. I flinch. The old panic, the Julian panic. But it is not him. It is clingy jar, a picture of a cat wearing a tiny hat. The caption, "This is Mr. Fuzzington. He is my official replacement while I am in Italy. He is not as funny as me, but he is a good listener, just checking in. Passport mission still a go?" I smile. A real, genuine smile. "Mission is a go for tomorrow," I text back. "Wish me luck." "Luck," he replies, "and strength and stealth, and may the passport gods be with you." Mr. Fuzzington also sends a supportive meow. I'm sitting in a sunny cafe, smiling at a picture of a cat in a hat, and I'm about to commit a minor crime to steal back my own identity. Life is very strange. The lightness begins to fade as Wednesday night approaches. The reality of tomorrow sets in. 10 a.m. I have to go back. I have to walk back into that cold steel and glass box. Julian's apartment, the place where I systematically erased myself for 6 years. The bedroom where I sliced my wedding dress to pieces. At the desk where I left my passport. I feel a cold dread creep up my spine. What if he's there? What if he flew back? What if my resignation was the one thing that finally truly brought him back? He would not escalate to HR. He is HR. He is the firm. No, he would come back to handle the problem himself, to handle me. I pace my small living room. This is a bad idea. A terrible idea. I should just apply for a new passport. Say I lost it, but that takes weeks. And it feels wrong. It feels like letting him keep it. Letting him keep the last piece of me. That small blue book is more than a travel document. It is my name, my identity, my proof of existence outside of him. I will not let him keep it. I have to go. That night, sleep is impossible. Every creak in the floorboard sounds like his footsteps. Every siren in the distance sounds like he is coming for me. I am back in the cage of his disappointment. I remember the last time I saw my father. He was in the hospital. It was quick, an infection. I was 28. I had been with Julian for 2 years. My father and I, we were not close. But he was my father. I sat by his bed. I held his hand. My phone buzzed and buzzed and buzzed. "Julian, where are you? The quarterly reports are due." "Amelia, this is unprofessional. You are not at your desk. Call me, now." I texted him. "My father is very ill. I am at the hospital." His reply, "When will you be finished?" Finished. As if my father's dying was an inconvenient meeting I was stuck in. My father passed away an hour later. I did not cry. I was numb. I was efficient. I called the funeral home. I signed the papers. Then I called Julian. "It's done," I said, my voice flat. "Good," he said, relieved. "Because Chloe is having a bit of a wobble. She's very sensitive to all of this. I need you to come back to the office. We have to get these reports out." I left the hospital. I left my father's body, and I went back to the office. I sat at my desk. I ran the numbers. Julian brought me a coffee. Black, no sugar. He put his hand on my shoulder. "I'm proud of you, Amelia," he said. "This is strength. This is composure. You're not falling apart like others. Like Chloe. I was being praised for being a good, unfeeling machine, for choosing his needs and Chloe's wobbles over my own grief. I never grieved my father. I just filed it away. Project, grief, status, postponed." I look at the clock, 3 a.m. Thursday. And I am crying. I'm crying for my father. I'm crying for the girl in the blue blouse. I'm crying for the woman who danced in the pub. I'm crying for the bride who had to cut her own dress to pieces. The machine is broken. And all the feelings are flooding in. It hurts so much, but it is real. I am real. The sun rises, Thursday. I am exhausted. My eyes are red and swollen. I look like a mess. I look human. I dress. Not in my old uniform. I put on jeans, a simple t-shirt, trainers. This is not an executive assistant. This is a woman on a mission. I check my phone. One last time, no messages from Julian, no emails forwarded from HR. It is silent. This silence is more terrifying than his anger. It is the silence of a predator waiting. What if he is there? What if he is in the flat waiting for me? He knows me. He knows I am efficient. He knows I would have a plan. What if he anticipated this? Stop it. I'm not his assistant anymore. I cannot anticipate his needs. I can only follow my own. I take a deep breath. I grab my keys. I leave my flat. The journey to South Kensington is a journey back in time. The familiar streets, the clean white buildings, the oppressive quiet wealth. I feel my old self returning. The need to be quiet, to be invisible, to take up less space. I am shrinking. I stand across the street from the building. It is a fortress. Polished brass handles. A doorman in a top hat. I cannot walk in the front. I slip down the side alley to the service entrance, the one used by caterers and housekeepers. My heart is a fist in my chest. I check my watch. 9:59 a.m. I push the heavy metal door. It is locked. My blood freezes. Locked. Maria. She forgot, or she changed her mind, or he got to her. I push again. No, it is locked. A wave of pure cold panic. I'm stuck. I have failed. I have burned my entire life down for nothing. I cannot get in. I lean my forehead against the cold metal, defeated. And then I hear it. A soft click. The sound of the electronic lock releasing from the inside. The door opens a crack. Maria's eye peers out. She's terrified. Miss Amelia, she whispers, pulling me in. Hurry, hurry. Maria, what is it? What's wrong? She pushes the door shut, the heavy thud echoing. We are in the sterile grey service corridor. He is here, she whispers. My world stops. What? Mr. Sinclair, she says, her hands twisting in her apron. He flew in last night. He is upstairs, in the apartment. He's waiting for you. He's waiting for you. Maria's words hit me like a physical blow. My legs go weak. I lean against the cold concrete wall of the service corridor. He is here. He is upstairs. The silence, the lack of response. It wasn't indifference. It was a trap. My resignation, my defiance. He had seen it all, and he knew me. He knew my logical, efficient mind. He knew I wouldn't leave a loose end. He knew I needed that passport. He knew I would come back. This was not a coincidence. This was an ambush. He came in late, Maria whispers, her eyes wide with fear. Around 2 a.m. He looked calm, too calm. He asked me this morning if I had my key. He said he was expecting a delivery. He knew, Miss Amelia. He knew you were coming. Of course he did. I was his prized pupil. He taught me to be logical, and he had just anticipated my final logical move. You must go, Maria urges, pushing at my arm. Leave now, through this door. Do not go up there. She is right. This is the predator's lair. He is waiting. He has the high ground. He has all the power. To walk up there is to walk back into the cage. I should run. I should run back to Clapham, bar the door, and never come out. I can apply for a new passport. It will take time, but it is safe. But I don't move. I am staring at the staff-only elevator at the end of the hall. For 6 years I have been running to keep up with his schedule, running to anticipate his needs, running from my own feelings, running from his disappointment. For the last 4 months I have been hiding. I am tired of running. I am tired of hiding. He is waiting for his assistant to come up, tail between her legs, to beg for her papers. He is waiting for his Amelia. He is not going to get her. Maria, I say, my voice surprisingly steady. I reach into my pocket and pull out all the cash I have. A 50-pound note. I press it into her hand. Thank you for everything. Please go back to your work. Don't worry about me. Miss Amelia, no. He is angry. I know, I say. I'm counting on it. I straighten my shoulders. I am not an executive assistant. I am not an employee. I am a free woman, and I am here to collect my property. I walk past her. I press the button for the service elevator. The one I was never supposed to use. The one that goes up to the kitchens. The doors open with a tired groan. I step in. The ride up is silent. My heart is not racing. It is beating with a slow, cold, heavy rhythm. Thump, thump, thump. I'm not afraid. I am a final. The elevator dings. The doors open into the utility area behind the main kitchen. I can smell it. The coffee. The same 18-gram, 92-degree water coffee. He is here. I walk through the kitchen. It is immaculate. His empty mug is already in the sink. The apartment is silent. But it is not an empty silence. It is the silence of a held breath. He is in the living room. I know it. I walk down the marble hall. My trainers are silent on the polished floor. I turn the corner, and I see him. He is not in his suit. He is dressed in a cashmere jumper, dark trousers. He looks relaxed. He is sitting in his favorite Eames chair, gazing out the window at the gardens, as if he is just waiting for a delivery. He does not turn. He knows I am here. You are late, Amelia, he says. His voice is calm, disappointed, the voice of a father scolding a child who missed her curfew. I expected you an hour ago. Your resignation email came through at 5:02 p.m. I calculated you would panic, spend a day regrouping, and be here by 9 a.m. to retrieve your passport. You are losing your touch. He turns slowly. His face is not angry. It is repeating. And in his hand, held lightly between his thumb and forefinger, is my passport, my small blue British passport. He is holding it like a dead bird. Looking for this? He asks. I say nothing. I just stand there. I'm looking at him, and I'm seeing a stranger. He is not a panther. He's not a god. He's just a man, a manipulative, controlling, sad little man. This was very clumsy, Amelia, he says, tapping the passport against his open palm. Very emotional. Hanging up? Resigning? Throwing away your entire career, your bonus? Over what? A tantrum? He sighs as if my foolishness exhausts him. I built you, he says, his voice quiet. I took a raw, nervous girl, and I made her. This. Focused, brilliant, strong. And at the first sign of pressure, you shatter. You cut up a dress, you send a childish text message, you throw it all away. He stands up, he walks towards me. I do not move. He stops a few feet away. I am disappointed, he says. That word, his ultimate weapon, the word that used to make me crumble. Today it does nothing. It is a bullet hitting bulletproof glass. But, he says, I am not unreasonable. I know you have been under strain. He holds up the passport. You want this. I want my best executive back. This resignation is a mistake, an emotional lapse. I have already spoken to HR. I told them you are on stress leave. I have protected you. Protected me. He has erased my decision. He has rewritten my reality. We will take a cooling off period, he continues, starting to pace. I will stay here with Chloe. You will stay in your little flat. In 1 month we will reevaluate. Perhaps a new role, something less demanding, until you are more stable. He is managing me. He is neutralizing the threat. He is putting the machine back in its box. So, he says, stopping, you will go and rest. I will keep this for safekeeping. You clearly aren't stable enough to be traveling. We will talk in a month. He is not giving it to me. He is grounding me. Like a child, I feel a laugh, the real, loud, unprofessional laugh. It bubbles up and escapes. It is a shocking sound in this sterile, silent room. Julian freezes, his eyes narrow. What is funny? You, I say. My voice is hoarse. You are. You think this is still a negotiation. You think you are still my boss. You think you still have any power over me. I have your career, he says, his voice turning cold. I have your future, and I have your passport. That is power, Amelia. You would be nothing without me. I know, I say. You made sure of that. I am done. I am not here to fight. I am not here to beg. I am just done. Keep it, I say. His carefully composed face twitches. What? Keep the passport. A souvenir, to remember your most efficient machine. I turn to leave, and that is when I see her, Chloe. She's standing in the doorway of the master bedroom. She's not in hospital pajamas. She's not fragile. She's wearing Julian's dark blue silk dressing gown, the one I bought him. It is wrapped tightly around her. Her hair is messy, as if she just woke up. She's looking at me, and she's smiling, a small, smug, victorious smile. It was never a choice between me and her. He needed both. He needed the obedient, efficient machine to run his life, and he needed the fragile, dependent sister to make him feel like a hero, the strong one and the weak one, his control and his excuse. Julian sees me looking. He turns. He does not look guilty. He just looks annoyed. Chloe, go back to bed, he orders. She doesn't move. She just keeps smiling at me, and in that one sickening, perfect image, I am completely, utterly free. He did not postpone the wedding for her health. He postponed it for this, for them. The lie is so perfect, so complete. It is almost beautiful. I look back at Julian. He is still holding my passport. It is just a small blue book. I can get another one. It will be hard. It will be an administrative nightmare. It will be my nightmare, not his. You too, I say, my voice clear and bright, deserve each other. I do not wait for a reply. I turn. I walk down the marble hall. Amelia, he shouts. His voice is not calm anymore. It is furious. He has lost control. Amelia, you do not walk away from me. I keep walking. Past the kitchen, I hit the button for the service elevator. Amelia! I can hear him storming down the hall behind me. The elevator doors open. I step in. He is at the end of the hall. His face is dark red. He is holding my passport like a weapon. You are finished, he screams. The door slides shut. I am alone. in the small grey box, going down. I am shaking, I am crying, and I am laughing. I have no job, I have no money, I have no passport. I have never ever in my entire life felt so good. The elevator stops, the doors open to the service corridor. I walk out into the alley, into the bright London morning. I am a mess. I am a complete and utter mess. I pull out my phone. My hands are trembling. I open my text to clingy jar. My thumb types. Change of plan. I type. I'm going to need a lawyer. I pause. And I need to apply for a new passport, so Italy might be a while. I hit send. I lean against a brick wall in a dirty alley. And I wait. I am free. The world comes back into focus with the smell of damp brick and old rubbish. I'm in the alley. My back is pressed against the wall. My legs are shaking so hard I have to slide down until I am sitting on the cold, wet pavement. He screamed, "You are finished." His calm, controlled mask had shattered. I saw the real man, the one behind the spreadsheets and the cashmere jumpers, a small, terrified tyrant. And his power. It's all gone. It evaporated the moment I stepped into that elevator. The adrenaline is fading now, and in its place, a cold, vast, terrifying emptiness. I am free, but I am also completely adrift. I have no job, I have no money, I have no passport, I have no future. I have nothing. The weight of that word, nothing, is suffocating. I look down at my phone. The message I sent to Leo. I need to apply for a new passport, so Italy might be a while. I'm waiting, I'm still waiting. My entire life I have been waiting, waiting for Julian's approval, waiting for Chloe's next crisis. And now I'm sitting in a dirty alley, waiting for a man named Clingy Jar to tell me what to do next. The pattern. I'm still in the pattern. My phone buzzes in my hand. A new text. Clingy Jar. My lifeline. I open it. A lawyer. Amelia, that sounds heavy. Forget the passport. Are you safe right now? Are you okay? His first thought, not about the trip, not about the logistics. Are you safe? A tear, hot and heavy, escapes and rolls down my cheek. It's the first one that isn't for my father or for my old self. It's relief. I type, my fingers clumsy. I am safe. I am. It's done, Leo. I'm out. I'm really out. His reply is almost instant. Okay, good. Safe is good. Breathe. Just breathe. We can figure out the rest. Lawyers I can find. I'm surprisingly good with legal contracts. It's my boring accountant superpower. Passport. That's a government problem, but we can fix it. We can fix all of it. We. That word. We can fix it. It is so warm, so comforting. He's a soft, safe place to land. I can just fall. He will catch me. He will help me find a lawyer. He will help me with the passport. He will wait for me. And then I will go to Italy. I will trade a cold cage in London for a warm, sunny one in Amalfi. I will have a new protector, a kinder one, a sweeter one, but a protector nonetheless. I look at his message. We can fix it. Julian's voice echoes in my head. I'll handle it. The words are different. The intent is different, but the structure is the same. I am the problem. They are the solution. I am the one who needs to be handled, to be fixed, to be protected. I close my eyes. The tears are gone. And I see it. The wedding I announced in my group chat. It was a lie to provoke Julian. But the honeymoon with Leo, it was another lie. A lie I was telling myself, a new escape, a new man to orbit. My outline had a twist where I realized the wedding was to myself, but I did not understand what that meant. I thought it meant a symbolic trip to Italy, eating pasta alone, finding myself. But that's not it. Julian did not just take my career and my money. He took my agency. He took my ability to do. I became the one who was done to. And Julian taught me to obey. He taught me to anticipate. But he never taught me how to live. I had to learn that myself. And now I have to learn how to live by myself. I stare at Leo's kind, supportive, dangerous text. I take a deep breath. My fingers start to type. Leo, you are the kindest man I have ever known. But I can't let you fix this. I pause. This is hard. This mess is mine. I made it. I have to be the one to clean it up. The lawyer, it's not necessary. What would I sue for? He didn't fire me. I resigned. I walked away. It's clean. He has no power over me. And I will not give him the satisfaction of a fight. I type the next part. And the passport, I will get it. I will handle the forms. I will sit in the queue. I will do it, but I don't know when, and I am not coming to Italy. Not for a while. It's not the next step for me. I hit send. I have just pushed away the only life raft I had. I am truly alone now. I wait. My stomach is in knots. He will be angry or hurt. He will think I'm crazy. He is a man with non-refundable tickets. The phone buzzes. Clingy jar. Oh, just that. Oh. I wait. The 3 dots appear. Vanish. Then a new message. Okay, I get it, a little bit. My non-refundable tickets are weeping salty, non-refundable tears. But I respect that massively. So, what now, Amelia Davies? What is the real next step? He is not angry. He is asking. He is not telling me. He is not fixing. He is giving me the space I just asked for. I feel a smile. A small, wobbly but real smile. What now? I text back. Now, I need to get a job, and then I need to get a passport, in that order. His reply, good plan, very logical, I approve, not that you need my approval. Another text. So, I guess this means I am no longer clinky jar? I laugh. No, I type. I think this means you're just Leo, and I am just Amelia. And that's a lot better. Leo. Okay, Amelia, go get him. I am here, as a friend, not as a jar, if you need anything, but I know you've got this. I put the phone in my pocket. I stand up, my legs are still shaky. I walk out of the alley. The London morning is loud. Cars, people, the sound of a city at work. I'm not one of them. I have no office to go to. I have no money for a cab, so I walk. I walk the miles back to Clapham. It takes over an hour. I do not feel the cold. I just walk. I'm looking at everything. At the faces on the bus, the shops, the parks. It is a city I have lived in for a decade, and I am seeing it for the first time. When I get back to my flat, it is almost noon. The flat is small. It is not a cage. It is not a sanctuary. It is just a room. It is home. I sit at my tiny kitchen table. I do the two things I said I would. First, I open my laptop. I go to my online bank. I look at the number. It is bad. It is very, very bad. The rent is due in 2 weeks. I have enough for that. And maybe one more week after. My final paycheck from Julian's firm. I resigned. I will never see it. The bonus is a ghost. I'm on a clock, a real one. I have 3 weeks. Second, I Google how to replace a stolen or withheld UK passport. The government website, forms, fees, appointments, a mountain of bureaucracy. I look at the fee. It is money I do not have. I close the laptop. I stare at the wall. This is the reality. This is not a movie. There is no triumphant trip to Italy. There is just rent and passport fees. I am free and I am poor. The two are not mutually exclusive. Julian's voice. You are finished. He meant it. He knew that without his money I could not function. He thought I would crawl back. He was wrong. I stand up. I go to my bedroom. I change my clothes. I take off the jeans. I put on simple black trousers, a clean white t-shirt, my most comfortable shoes. I tie my hair back, not in a perfect smooth knot, in a practical ponytail. I look like someone ready to work. I grab my keys. I walk out of my flat. I walk down the high street. I pass the law office, the estate agent, the fancy bakery. I stop outside the small independent coffee shop on the corner, the one I went to yesterday. Staff wanted, says a small handwritten sign in the window. I look at my reflection in the glass. I am Amelia Davies. I am 32 years old. I used to manage a multi-million-pound portfolio. I used to organize travel and mergers for a CEO. I'm overqualified, and I am desperate. I push the door. A bell jingles. A young woman at the counter looks up. Hi, can I help you? I take a deep breath. This is the first step, the first real step. Hi, I say, my voice clear. I saw the sign in your window about the job. I'd like to apply. The woman at the counter looks me up and down. I'm not in a suit. I'm in jeans and a t-shirt. But my posture, my voice, they do not match the clothes. You'd like to apply? She says. Her name tag reads Sarah. She looks about 25. She's the manager. Do you have a CV? No, I say. She raises an eyebrow. I mean, yes, I do, but it is not relevant. Not relevant? My previous job was in corporate finance, as an executive assistant. Sarah laughs, a short, sharp, disbelieving laugh. An exec assistant? In the city? And you want to work here? Honey, you're not going to last a week. The first time a customer yells at you for having the wrong kind of oat milk, you'll quit. I won't, I say. Why? What are you, running away from home? Something like that, I say. The honesty of it surprises us both. She studies me. I do not look away. I am not a nervous girl anymore. I'm not the girl in the blue blouse. I'm a woman who just faced down Julian Sinclair. I don't have experience making coffee, I say, my voice steady. I don't know how to work a till. But I am a very fast learner. I am methodical. And I will never, ever be late. I can start right now. She is desperate. I can see it in her eyes. The staff wanted sign is not a request, it's a plea. She sighs. Okay. Miss Corporate Finance. You're on a trial shift. Right now, no pay. For 2 hours. Let's see if you can handle it. She tosses the green apron at me. It smells like stale coffee and bleach. I tie it around my waist. It feels good. It feels like a uniform. But this time it is one I chose. Right, she says, tables, all of them, wipe them down, and they better be clean. I don't want to feel one sticky spot. For the next 2 hours, I am in hell, a very specific, sticky, milk and sugar hell. My former life was about abstract concepts, numbers on a screen, logistics for deals worth hundreds of millions. This life is physical. It is about crumbs. It is about the grime in the grout. It is about a child who tips an entire hot chocolate onto the floor. I am on my hands and knees wiping up a sticky, lukewarm lake of milk, and I feel nothing. I feel no shame. I feel no humiliation. I am a machine, and this is my new task. Clean floor. Status, in progress. I am efficient. I finish the tables, the floor, the condiment station. I stack the cups. I organize the sugar packets. I do it with the same focused, obsessive energy I used to use on Julian's calendar. Sarah watches me. She is silent, her arms crossed. Okay, she says after an hour. You're thorough, I'll give you that. Now the counter. She shows me the till. It is a simple touch screen. This is easy, I say. Good, now the machine. She points to the large, gleaming, intimidating espresso machine. This, she says, is the beast. This is what matters. You can't handle this. You can't work here. She shows me. The grinding, the tamping, the pressure. It looks chaotic. Your turn. Make me a latte. I try. I grind the beans. I put the portafilter in. I press the button. A thin, watery, sad-looking liquid dribbles out. Wrong grind, she snaps. Again. I try again. Now, the milk. She shows me how to angle the steam one. Don't burn it. Don't boil it. Just feel it. I put the wand in. A terrifying, high-pitched scream fills the cafe. Milk explodes, hot and white, all over the counter, all over my hand. I cry out, pulling my hand back. It is bright red. You're boiling it, Sarah says, her voice flat. She turns the steam off. She does not look sympathetic. You said you were a fast learner. This is not fast. I feel the old familiar sting. Julian's voice. You are a mess. I am disappointed. My instinct is to apologize, to shrink. I look at my burned hand. It throbs. It is real. I am? I say. I turn to her. I'm not a fast learner. I was wrong. I am a methodical learner. Let me watch you. One more time. The whole process. From start to finish. Don't talk. Just do it. Sarah is surprised. She nods. She makes a latte. I watch. I'm not watching her hands. I'm watching the system, the inputs, the outputs, the time for the shot, the sound of the milk, the angle of the wand, the temperature of the steel jug. It is not chaos. It is a process. It is logistics. And I am an expert in logistics. My turn, I say. I step up, I grind, I tamp, I pull the shot. It is thick, a dark caramel. I steam the milk, I listen. I feel the temperature. I stop it just before it screams. It is smooth, silky. I pour. It is not perfect. There is no art, but it is a latte. Sarah takes the cup. She sips it. She looks at me. She takes another sip. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. A small, sharp, powerful jolt goes through me. It is better than any bonus. 6 a.m., she says. Tomorrow, you're on the opening shift, you will be late and you're fired. Minimum wage, cash in hand at the end of the week. Got it? Got it, I say. I have a job, I'm an executive assistant, and I am a barista. The next 2 weeks are the hardest of my life. My old life was stressful. This life is tiring. I wake at 5 a.m., the flat is cold. I'm at the shop by 5:45 a.m. I learn the rhythms, the morning rush, the midday lull, the after-school snack. My body changes. My hands, which used to be smooth from lotion, are now raw, dry, and permanently stained with coffee. My feet, which used to wear designer heels, throb with a dull, constant ache. I fall into bed at 9 p.m., and I'm asleep before my head hits the pillow. I learn the names of the regulars. Mr. Henderson, extra hot, extra shot. Elaine, Soya, no foam. The young mother with the twin boys, 2 baby chinos, extra sprinkles. They are kind. They smile at me. They say thank you. No one here knows my last name. No one here knows or cares about Julian Sinclair. I'm just Amelia, the new girl, the one who smiles. It is a small, quiet, anonymous life. And I'm earning it. One rainy Tuesday, during the morning rush, a woman comes in. She's in a navy blue suit, tailored, sharp. Her hair is in a perfect smooth knot. She's my ghost. She's me, 1 year ago. She's screaming into her AirPods. No, I told you, the Q3 projections are unacceptable. Rerun the numbers and have them on my desk by noon, or you are finished. Finished. She slams her briefcase on the counter, not even looking at me. Black coffee, large, to go, now. She turns away, continuing her call. I look at her expensive shoes, her tense shoulders, her perfectly manicured, trembling hands. She is powerful, and she is a prisoner. The old me would have admired her, envied her. The new me just feels pity. I make the coffee. That will be £3.50, please, I say. She flaps her hand at me, annoyed, still talking. I don't care what the data says. Make it work. She throws a £5 note on the counter. It lands in a small puddle of spilled milk. She does not wait for her change. She snatches the coffee and storms out, still yelling. I pick up the wet £5 note. I dry it on a cloth. I put it in the till. And I feel a profound sense of relief. I am out. I am really, truly out. That night, Friday, I get paid. Sarah hands me a thin brown envelope. Inside is cash. It is almost nothing. It is the smallest amount of money I have held in my hands in a decade, and it is the first money I have ever truly earned. I do not take the bus home. I walk. I do not stop at the market to buy groceries. I will eat the toast in my freezer. I walk past my flat. I walk straight to the post office. There is a queue. I wait for 30 minutes. I just wait in a line. I'm not important. My time is not valuable. I am just another person. I get to the counter. I'm here to submit my application for a new passport, I say. I hand over the forms. I hand over the photos. The fee, please, the woman says. I open my brown envelope. I take out the cash. All of it. I push it under the glass. It is my entire week's wages. She counts it. She stamps my form. She gives me a receipt. It will be 4 to 6 weeks, she says. I walk out. I am broke. I am poorer than I was this morning. I have no money for food. I have no money for the bus. But I have a receipt, proof of purchase. I have just bought my name back. I walk home. The flat is cold. I'm hungry. I'm exhausted. But I am vibrating. I open a drawer in my small dresser. At the very bottom, under some old jumpers, a small white scrap, a piece of silk. I had put one piece in my pocket that day I packed, a piece of the wedding dress. I thought I kept it as a reminder of the failure, but I was wrong. I take it out. It is soft. I smooth it on my knee. It is not a symbol of what I lost. It is a symbol of what I did. The first cut, the first act of freedom, I fold it neatly. I place it on my small kitchen table. It is not a rag. It is not a memory. It is a foundation. I will build on this. The next 4 weeks are a different kind of blur. Not the grey, sterile blur of my old life. Not the panicked, hollow blur of the first days of freedom. This is a blur of work, physical work. I wake at 5 a.m. The summer sun is already beginning to warm the London streets. I walk to the cafe. I'm the first one in. I know the rhythm. Grind the beans, check the milk delivery, set out the pastries. I'm fast now. My hands are no longer the hands of an executive assistant. They are a barista's hands. They are calloused and often dry. They are stained with coffee grounds. They are strong. They are my hands. I am no longer just Amelia. I am Amelia who opens. The regulars depend on me. Mr. Henderson with his extra hot, extra shot, and don't you forget it, young lady. Elaine with her soya, no foam, and thank you, dear, you're a lifesaver. They don't know my last name. They don't know my story. They just know I make their coffee right. It is a simple, profound contract. I am providing a service. They are grateful. In the city, I provided a service, and I was expected. I was an accessory. Here, I am a function, a necessary, breathing part of their morning. It feels honest. Sarah and I have developed a grudging, deep respect. She's tough. She's fair. She sees that I'm not a corporate runaway. I'm a worker. You're not half bad, Miss Corporate Finance, she said one day, after I handled a catastrophic milk steamer explosion with what she called scary calm. You're learning, I said. No, she said. You're here. Different thing. I have saved money. It is a tiny, precious pile of cash. I have enough for next month's rent and the month after. I am breathing. It is not the deep, controlled breath of my old life. It is a real, in and out, shaky breath. I am surviving. On my afternoons off, I walk. I walk for hours. I explore the parts of London I never saw, the parts that were not on the efficient route from South Kensington to the city. I buy books from charity shops, old dog-eared novels. I am rebuilding my mind. My old life was filled with reports, data, and the Financial Times. My new life is filled with stories. I buy a notebook. I start to write. Not logistics, not schedules, thoughts, small, messy, unprofessional thoughts. I write about the man on the bus. I write about the taste of the cheap pasta I make for dinner. I write about how my feet ache. I am, for the first time, documenting my own existence, not as an asset, but as a person. It is a hot Tuesday. August. The city is heavy, the air is thick, the cafe is quiet. The mid-afternoon lull. I am wiping down the steam wand. It is a ritual. The bell on the door jingles. I do not look up. Be with you in a moment. I'll have a sparkling water. With ice and lemon, please. My hand freezes. The cloth is still. I know that voice. It is a voice I have heard in my nightmares. A voice that for years was a soft, whining counterpoint to Julian's sharp commands. It is the voice of the variable, the emergency. I turn slowly. It is Chloe Adler. She's stunning. She is not the pale, fragile girl in the bathrobe. She is wearing a bright canary yellow summer dress. It looks expensive. Sunglasses are perched on her perfectly highlighted hair. She glows with health, with confidence. She's scrolling through her phone, impatient. Sparkling water, I say. My voice is a croak. I clear my throat. Sparkling water, ice, lemon. I got it. I turn around, my hands are shaking, the old familiar tremor, the one that says danger, variable. The system override. I get a glass. I open the fridge. My movements are wooden. Why is she here? How did she find me? She didn't find me. This is just a cafe. She's just a customer. I'm just a barista. I put the ice in the glass. The sound is loud. I pour the water. I add the lemon. I place it on the counter. I look at her. That will be £2.50, please. She looks up from her phone, annoyed at the interruption. She squints. Her eyes, clear and blue, rake over my face, my ponytail, my cheap t-shirt, my green apron. Do I know you? She asks. £2.50, I repeat. She's staring at me, her head tilted, and then her perfectly lipsticked mouth opens. Oh my God, a whisper. Amelia? Amelia Davies? I meet her gaze. I do not flinch. Cash or card? She lets out a high-pitched, disbelieving laugh. You work here? She looks around the small, slightly shabby cafe. This is just sad. She shakes her head as if clearing a bad dream. I can't believe it. Do you want the water? I ask. She is not listening. She is leaning in now, her voice dropping to a confidential, cruel whisper. You know, he was so angry when you did whatever it was you did. My blood runs cold. He was obsessed, she continues, a small, smug smile playing on her lips. For weeks, he wouldn't shut up about you. Amelia did this and Amelia did that. It was so boring. I say nothing. I'm a statue. I'm the grey, calm, efficient machine. But he's better now, she says brightly. We're good. We're traveling, Paris, Rome. He's finally relaxed. He's finally with someone who, really understands him. She lowers her sunglasses. Not someone who just follows orders. The words hit me. A perfectly aimed dart. She meant it to hurt. She meant it to remind me of my place. The assistant. He told me what you did, she says, her voice turning fake sympathetic. With the dress. Oh, Amelia. So dramatic. So unhinged. He was right. You really are unstable. I look at her. I really look at her. She's not a victim. She's not a monster. She is his perfect partner. She's just like him. They are a closed loop. They feed on each other's needs. His need to control. Her need to be the center of that control. They are a perfect, sterile, beautiful prison for two. Is that all? I ask. My voice is quiet. She is annoyed. I'm not crying. I'm not screaming. I'm not giving her the reaction she wants. She wants me to be unhinged. She wants me to be the mess Julian described. He said you were finished, she says, her voice sharp and final. She looks me up and down, the apron, my raw hands. And, well, look at you. She smiles. He was right. She taps her credit card on the reader. Beep. Keep the change, she says, picking up her water. She pauses at the door. She looks back, one last time. It was good to see you, Amelia. It really gives me closure. She walks out. The bell jingles. She's gone. I stand at the counter. My heart is hammering so hard I can feel it in my throat. I'm shaking. He was right. You are finished. Sarah comes out from the back room, wiping her hands on a towel. Who was that? She says. She looked like a right piece of work. I take a deep, shuddering breath. I look at the door Chloe just walked through. That, I say, my voice trembling, that was closure. I'm shaking, but it is not fear. It is rage. A clean, cold, beautiful rage. He was right. No, he was not. He is not. I'm not finished. I'm just beginning. That night I cannot sleep. The rage is a fire. It burns away all the old doubts, all the old fears. It burns away the last lingering shadow of Julian Sinclair. He did not finish me. He unleashed me. I am not his project. I am not his assistant. I am my own. I sleep for 1 hour and I wake up and it is done. The rage is gone. And in its place, peace. A cold, clear, absolute peace. A few days later, a stiff brown envelope arrives at my flat. It is marked on His Majesty's service. My hands are steady. I open it. There it is. My passport. I slide it out. It is new. It smells of ink and laminate. I open it to the photo page. The picture, the one I took in the brightly lit booth at the post office, the day I spent my entire week's wages. I look terrible. My eyes are red-rimmed from crying for my father. My hair is a mess. There are dark circles under my eyes. I am not smiling. My old passport photo. I remember it. Julian had insisted I get it retaken. You look too casual, he'd said. He sent me to a corporate photographer. In that photo, I was perfect. My hair was smooth. My smile was small, calm, and professional. I was the perfect executive. I was not me. I look at this new photo. This raw, exhausted, broken, real woman. I trace the line of my face. "Hello, Amelia," I whisper. "It is the most beautiful picture I have ever seen. I am a citizen, not of his world, a citizen of my own. It is Saturday, my day off. The sun is streaming into my small kitchen. The flat is quiet. I am making breakfast. Just for me. I'm making an omelette. I'm chopping onions. The pieces are uneven. Some are large, some are small. I'm chopping a red pepper. The knife is a bit dull. I crack 3 eggs. A piece of shell falls into the bowl. I laugh. I fish it out with my finger. I whisk them. I add a splash of milk, a pinch of salt. I pour them into the pan. It is a little too hot. The edges sizzle and brown too quickly. It is not a perfect pale yellow French omelette. It is a mess. It is a bright, scorched, clumsy mess. I slide it onto a plate. It breaks apart. It is scrambled eggs now. Perfect. I make coffee. In a cafetière, not a machine. The coffee is strong. I sit at my small kitchen table. I look at the piece of white silk, the scrap I saved from the wedding dress, the one I have been stitching. The stitches are terrible. They are crooked. They are large. I am not a seamstress, but it is a coaster. It is a small, ugly, powerful thing. I pick it up. I feel the silk. I feel the rough thread. I speak to the empty room. For 6 years, I say, I was his Amelia, a masterpiece of efficiency. I was his strength. I was his composure. I was the one who wasn't falling apart. I look at the omelette. I thought my wound was his betrayal that night with the dress. I thought the wound was Chloe, her weakness, his devotion, her cruelty. I shake my head. I was wrong. I run my thumb over the rough stitching. The wound wasn't the betrayal. The wound was the forgetting. I forgot. I forgot how to laugh. I forgot how to dance. I forgot what my own father's death felt like. I forgot how to make an omelette, or that I even liked onions. I became so strong for him that I forgot how to be me. Chloe was right about one thing. I was just following orders. My own. Julian didn't teach me how to live, but he didn't teach me how to live either. I look at my hands, the barista's hands. This is me learning to live. This mess, this ugly stitching, this burned thing on my plate. This is not finished. This is rebuilding. This, I say, is my wedding, the real one, the one that matters. I place my coffee mug on the silk coaster. My phone buzzes. A text. Leo, not clingy jar, just Leo. Leo. Passport? I smile. Amelia. It's here in my hand. Leo. Yes, victory. Okay, so Italy. August, I'm booking tickets. Non-refundable. Again, I'm a slow learner. I look at my new passport. I look at my breakfast. I look out the window at the busy, real, noisy Clapham Street. Amelia. No. The 3 dots appear. Leo. No? Amelia. Thank you, Leo, for everything, but no trip, not yet. I've just arrived. Leo. Arrived? You're still in Clapham. Amelia. No, I'm here for the first time. I'm not ready to leave yet. I have a lot of rebuilding to do, and I have to be the one to do it. A long pause. Leo. I really hate non-refundable tickets. Yes, but I get it. I respect it. You're kind of amazing, Amelia Davies. I laugh. Amelia. I'm just a barista, Leo. Leo. You're a terrible liar. So, since I'm now stuck in London, can a friend buy you a coffee? A non-coffee shop coffee? A park coffee? I smile. A real warm smile. Amelia. I'd like that as a friend. I put the phone down. I pick up my fork. I take a bite of my burned, messy, ugly, perfect omelette. It is delicious. The camera pulls back. I am alone in my small, bright kitchen. The sunlight hits a cheap water glass on the table. The light refracts, showing all the small nicks, the tiny scratches, the imperfections. It is not perfect, it is not crystal, but it is clean and it is full. My voice, a final thought. Some things don't heal. They just teach you how to walk differently.